Hello. Today I am going to do a video, or this evening I'm going to do a video. There's another monolith found in Romania. And it was found at a sacred hill. I'm going to take this pillow down because I can see it in the camera and it's going to bother me while I'm doing this video. Anyway, it was found on a sacred hill in Romania. It is on private land. It is three-sided, and I suspect it will also have the same rivets that we saw in the one in Utah, which has got me puzzled because rivets would suggest that it's man-made. But on the other hand, who would a character be, that could afford in today's times, during COVID, mind you, to put up monoliths or cornerstones or, three-sided ones? And you know that in numerology, 3 is the number of the creative. It's kind of like that plotting creativity. And the fact that this is a three-sided, it's like it's toying with us creatively to say, am I something interesting or am I not? And of course it picks our interest, and it is in fact effective in that respect, So do I know anything about these monoliths? No. But what we're going to do is we're going to ask the Voyager Tarot to please tell us what is going on with these monoliths. This is the second one now that has been located in a very short period of time. And who knows? I mean, we don't know what it is. It's kind of an unusual experience, happening. And at this time, we're also getting ready to have an 800-year Saturn, our limitations, the authority that we operate under, and then alternatively a conjunction to I can talk. Jupiter expansion. So we have these, these highly limiting energies that are Saturn, and this explosive or expanding energy, which is Jupiter. And I find it rather curious. And all of us are, astrologers. I'm studying astrology myself, and I'm looking at the charts very carefully to try to decide if I can ferret out what is going to happen on the 21st of December on the eclipse, the total eclipse. So with that, I think we'll do is put the laptop down and we'll let the tarot tell us, because, well, I have no way to do a chart on a date I'd have no clue about. And we just know that all of a sudden we're seeing these monoliths, and now this is the second one. This one's in Romania. What is going on? So Spirit, please tell us through the tarot what is happening. What is the message? Is there a message? Is there any reason for us to even be talking about this? I don't know. I mean, as I've said before, I don't have an alien bestie, but I have some suspicions. I just do. So, and I want to know. So go ahead, Spirit, and tell us about the monolith. We'll go ahead and take 14 cards, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay, so we got our 14 cards, and we're just simply going to let the tarot, Voyager Tarot, tell us with this conjunction, is this some kind of otherworldly message? Is it an other dimensional message? One of the things that occurred to me when I saw this most recent one, and not for any reason that I could particularly identify, but I actually thought of Bigfoot. And I don't know why I thought of it. It just occurred to me that it's possible that this could be something other dimensional that we do not understand and therefore have no basis to understand. So where it starts out at the foundation of the reading is stagnation, and an Eight of Cups. The relationships, well, I don't know if I'd call our relationships right now stagnant. I think that they're quite explosive, but I don't know about the perspective of this particular foundation just yet. So let's go ahead and begin the reading. Okay, and as that starts out, we have the Empress. We got that. We get that card quite a bit. Here we go. We got the Empress, and she is basically standing in front of the Earth. And I get the impression that she's saying, I know some things you don't. I know some things. I know about this planetary configuration that we're going to have. And notice that this big red planetary body up above, it's supposedly that when we see it, the two planets together in the night sky, they're very aligned and they'll look like they're one. And this is a conjunction that happens every 800 years. So in that sense, she's saying, I know some things about what's coming. And you know what we do know about this conjunction is that this is the tightest, in this sense, this is a conjunction that is the last time it happened was 800 years ago. But we do have other aspects that are Jupiter Saturn aspects, and that's about every 20 or so years. And an example of that would have been 9/11, when the Twin Towers came down. And every 20 or so years, if you go through history, you can look back and you can find that there are these incidences or these times where things just kind of fall apart. And we're on that particular timeline at this time, but in an order of magnitude, because this is 800 years and not 20 years. So quite a bit of magnitude more. So she's understanding that there's something we don't understand about what's coming. And it does involve a planetary body, okay? And it is crossed by the Emperor. Wow. That. Which, that's all things therein. I mean, there's you know, all things, small and large, therein. The Emperor controls everything. So the Empress is trying to come forward and tell us that there's something there, and the Emperor is looking to stop that from occurring. And that does kind of speak to this energy that we've been in since the election. And I do think that we are having, I have to do some research on this, but I heard it yesterday, and we've been in a state of an opposition. It's kind of a Aries over to the first house over to the seventh house. And I thought I understood it to have a Mars influence and a Mercury influence, this opposition. And when I heard it, I was aware at that time of this two energies, those who voted for Biden and those who voted for Trump. Now, why does that factor into this reading? Well, I think that there's a lot of oppositional energy at this time. And I think that it speaks to whatever is going on with these monoliths somehow. There's some connection. Okay, and then we get the time and space card, the double twos. So this is, or excuse me, double, this is 20. So it's 10 and 10 makes 20. And this is the time and space card that, and you can see the planets are lined up. It's as if in time and space that there's some housekeeping that gets done in a cycle. And instead of this being the 20-year cycle, this is the 800-year cycle. So let's continue. And this is about mastery. This is about the Sage of Worlds. how we've managed things on the planet, how we've taken care of the planet. And we are asking about the monolith, and this monolith is bringing back to us some of our current social unrest and the care we provide to the planet. Is this some other dimensional energy saying to us, giving us fair warning that, look, clean up your act or you're going to be cornerstones and that's all that's going to be left? I don't know, but that's that. And then the preserver. If you'll notice, there's a woman there that's pregnant. Is that Mother Earth trying to hold us in her body to keep us safe from this energy that maybe is otherworldly? Perhaps. This could be Gaia trying to protect us. But, this is a two-way street. And if Gaia is trying to, in a very motherly way, attempt to protect us energetically, do we not have an obligation to do our very best to protect ourselves as well and stop all this bickering that we've been involved in? Well, of course. And I wonder if these cornerstones are not to just plain remind us to come back to a place of balance. Just come back to a place of balance. And I don't know. Because, when you carry around a life in your body, that is a gift. And the mother is a gift. The baby is a gift. It's all a gift. And perhaps we've lost perspective of that. The feeler, the child of cups, the children in the cages at the borders. We have to do better than this, folks. We just do. And I don't care what your political perspectives are. From a spiritual perspective, this is not a winning formula that we have right now. And I would say that it's time to stop with the I must win at all costs. This isn't a soccer game out on the court. This is our lives. These are children's lives. These are families' lives. And we're in total chaos. These monoliths are the rejoicer. The monoliths are the woman of cups. They're here to tell us that our relationships are in a shambles. But you know what? You don't fix something if you don't know it's broken. And perhaps at the core of this particular aspect of Saturn, Jupiter, maybe the emphasis is our relationships. They certainly are quite broken. And, I keep seeing energy in the relationship range. So this is cup energy. So let's keep going. And then we've got the Ace of Crystals, the brilliance. The brilliance is coming. Something different's coming. And I know that we're heading into, I'm going to try to get this all in the camera, we're heading into the Aquarian age. And, perhaps it has to be darkest before the dawn, so something new can be born. And thus we have the Ace of Crystals, the brilliance. In our hopes and fears position, well, the monolith is here to tell you, you're going to get the tower. You've got a tower. We've got a tower coming. I don't know what that means. Towers can be anything from, right now we have COVID. People are, there's not enough room in the hospitals for them. Or I feel like, personally, I feel like I'm in a war. I feel like I'm in a war zone, and I feel like I'm in a war. I've had the fires in Medford, Oregon. We had the really horrible federal interference in the Black Lives Matter in Portland, Oregon. I mean, these are all my home. These are places that I'm from, but I realize that this isn't personal and it's not about me. But I surely have been feeling it. For sure, I've been feeling it. And here we have a tower in our hopes and fears position. And notice that there's something almost metallic and otherworldly coming into the frame. Are we really experiencing right now a soft disclosure? And I think we might be. I think we might be learning that we have otherworldly, and I think that this otherworldly energy dimensionally isn't coming from somewhere else. I think it's here on this planet. I think this energy lives here. I don't think it's from somewhere else. I've been doing videos on Antarctica because I'm just so convinced that they're there. So anyway, in our hopes and fears position, we get the Tower, and then we get the Six of Wands. That the trust has been broken. In the conclusion position, trust has been broken. There has been, you can see that there is tweezers, there are families, and it's like the medical trust has been broken. COVID has broken the trust of the people everywhere. And I believe that. I get the impression that COVID, and you can see in the background all littered all over the ice are just bodies everywhere. I believe COVID is not even close to what we've been told. I don't think we have good information. I will just say some of the things that I'm sensing about COVID right now, I'm really disturbed by, because I'm feeling like COVID is, they tell us that it's like a cold or a flu. Okay, you hear it compared to the flu. But if you look at the number of people who've had it and the number of people who've recovered in the United States, there's something very wrong with those numbers. And just go take a look and you'll see what I'm saying. But, it's broken our trust. And to get back into synergistic, to get back into action, we have the Six of Worlds. So something has to be broken. Something is about to be remade. And you can see that the swans are it's almost like they're talking to Saturn and saying, what's going on here? What are you doing? And this other planet's tipped on its side. We're about to see some stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. I did kind of have a sense the other day of perhaps it's going to be a really dandy earthquake. I will say that where this energy kind of lands is in the southern hemisphere more so than the northern hemisphere. So something is getting ready to come at us. And then we get the surfer, the Man of Wands. Well, I hope we don't have to surf, but it does occur to me that if we have a tectonic plate shift, we might be surfing. You don't know. We don't know. We don't know enough. Because I can tell you on the 800, when I do research for the astrology on it, what I'm finding is that what I'm seeing a lot of is civil unrest at the 800-year history point. That basically we get very out of balance over time. So and then we get this major card, this major arcana, the universe. So it's going to impact all of us. These monoliths are here to tell us that this is like everywhere. This isn't just in these two spaces, and it might not just be these two spaces that end up with a monolith either. But this monolith is here to tell us that there is some information coming forward. It is here to warn us on some level that change is going to take place. And we have the number 21 in the card, which 2-1 is going to be a 3. Again, that creative process. They're getting ready to look at their creation and who knows what. Okay. And then we get the knower. They know what they're doing. It is us who basically we don't know a whole lot about who we are, where we come from. And you can see the face coming out of the cosmic dust, almost looking at us Einsteinish. That is Einstein there, saying, yeah, you missed it. You just plain missed it. The Sage of Crystals. The information is out there, but it's on high. It's from afar. It's stardust. And with that, please do hit the like, share, and subscribe button, and do join me on www.twiggy.com and book a reading with myself and Pearl Rowland. Pearl does numerology readings, and we have numerology reports. We have astrology reporting. I do tarot astrology, and Pearl does tarot numerology. And with that, I thank you for joining me here today.